Welcome, beautiful, to the Creating Change podcast with Emma Bradford. Creating change to fall back in love with ourselves and life. Each episode, I'll be offering insightful stories, concepts, and practical takeaways to inspire your day, reconnecting to the authentic essence within. Are you ready, lovely, to embrace yourself even more and awaken to the magic life has to offer? Let's dive into today's episode. Hello and welcome to Creating Change with Emma Bradford. In today's episode, I want to talk about something that is very widely used in the self-awareness industry and especially with manifestation. It's called affirmations, and some people love affirmations. Some people think that they're completely useless. That is very polarizing. Some people think that they're amazing, that they work. Other people haven't found any benefits from them. And what I want to share are a few useful tips in actually making them work, because there are some secrets. There are some things that are key components in actually making affirmations work and be more effective and more efficient with a shorter span, rather than taking years and years and years to actually rewrite what's going on within our belief system. So very simply put, affirmations are positive statements, phrases that we affirm to ourselves, about life in general. So for example, I am good enough. I am worthy of a beautiful and abundant life. These are examples of affirmations. Now, the thing is, when we have affirmations like this, if we believe those and we affirm those, then that's great. Though often, a lot of these affirmations are things that we don't actually believe 100% within. I mean, that's why we're using them, right? To start rewriting the story. So, for example, if we keep on saying to ourselves, I'm good enough, I'm beautiful, I'm worthy, and we don't fully believe that, it might take a while to actually rewrite the story if we're only using affirmations in that way. The thing is, we have our conscious mind and we have our unconscious mind. If you think of an image of an iceberg, so the very tip of the iceberg that's above the water, that's the conscious mind. And everything that lies beneath the water, that's the unconscious mind. The unconscious mind governs so much of what we do, so much. Our behaviors. And if we're only making decisions from the conscious mind and not acknowledging what's lying within the unconscious, then that's sometimes when we can find things difficult in rewriting the story and creating changes in our life. And perhaps we notice some self-sabotaging behaviors. For example, a very common thing in the New Year's, when people make New Year's resolutions and they set these goals with good intentions. For example, I'm going to give up junk food. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to do exercise. I'm going to practice meditation every day. And they start, and then perhaps after a few days or weeks, things start to slip and they let that practice go. Now, sometimes that can be because on an unconscious level, there was something that was in conflict with that new habit. Some belief, a value, something was in conflict with that. So there may be this good intention to start these new habits, and unconsciously, maybe we believe that we're not worthy of that, or we're not deserving, or it actually goes against one of our values, and that's when the self-sabotage can kick in. So it's really important to pay attention to what's going on with the unconscious mind, because our unconscious mind filters so much of our reality. Our whole belief system is there. In NLP, we call this the map of the world. Everyone has their own map of the world within their unconscious mind, their belief system, their blueprint. So one person can believe one thing, and another person can believe something else. They have different belief systems within their unconscious mind. And all the information that we receive through our senses, that comes through our senses, gets filtered within our unconscious mind. So then we can navigate that situation and we know how to respond. And so we don't repeat traumatic events. So what goes on within the unconscious mind is really important. And if we're using affirmations to solely affirm to ourselves consciously certain positive phrases, and if unconsciously there's a limiting belief, a belief that limits us in some way, a limiting belief that is in conflict with that affirmation, then it might take a very long time for that affirmation to actually work, because that limiting belief is held within the unconscious mind. So if we believe on an unconscious level, I'm ugly, and then we're reaffirming to ourselves with affirmations, I'm beautiful, we can rewrite our belief system. We can let go of that limiting belief, but though it may take a very long time to do that, if that limiting belief is very tightly held within the unconscious mind. So in order to make affirmations more effective and more efficient, actually going to the root cause, going to that limiting belief first, and dealing with that in whatever way resonates for us. In NLP, we have a load of different tools and techniques to work with limiting beliefs. In coaching, in hypnosis, in many different modalities, there are so many different ways to work with limiting beliefs and rewrite the story. I will do some future episodes on that, and if anyone wants to work on that straight away, I also do one-on-one sessions. We can look at those limiting beliefs and start noticing and reframing that, rewriting the story on that. So a wonderful quick way to start doing that is, for example, if the limiting belief is, I'm ugly, then we can ask ourselves, what evidence do I have in my life that supports the positive opposite statement true? So what evidence in my life do I have that supports the affirmation, I am beautiful, true? Perhaps we've had a compliment from someone. So we can start rewriting the story in that way. That's one way to start making affirmations more effective, is to start going to the root cause and actually look at the limiting beliefs that are there, if there are some limiting beliefs. Another way that's really helpful with affirmations is to really be mindful about when we're using them and how we're using them. It's all very well to just state to ourselves, I'm good enough, I'm beautiful, stick some post-it notes up in the bathroom or have little messages around. That helps, and the more we do that, it can help, because obviously everything that we are seeing within our environment, our unconscious mind is absorbing that. And the more that is within our environment, the more we can absorb that within our unconscious mind. Personally, I like to have little affirmations on my phone. They pop up as notifications, random notifications every now and again. And you can also find other ways to use affirmations, whether that's something that you put on a post-it note, something that you put as your screensaver, something that you put as an image in the bathroom mirror. Another way that I was bringing positive messages into my life was after having a shower or bath. When the bathroom mirror is all steamed up, I would actually write messages to myself in the mirror when it's all steamed up. That's a fun way. Now, one really useful way is paying attention to when the unconscious mind is most susceptible to receiving messages. And that's when we're moving out of the sleep state, when we're moving out and into the sleep state. So just before falling asleep and just after waking up. This is when our unconscious mind is able to absorb so much more. I actually have an audio on my phone that's set as my alarm clock that I recorded of myself saying positive phrases and affirmations, and that's how I wake up at each day. So when my alarm clock goes off, I'm actually hearing myself, telling myself positive affirmations. And I'm in this sleepy state, I've just woken up, and I'm able to receive that messaging. This is a really powerful way to use affirmations. To start waking up, starting the day with these phrases. I am beautiful. I am enough. I am worthy. I am alive. Life is beautiful. Life is easy. Life is enjoyable. All these different phrases, whatever is applicable to whatever we want to work on, whatever area we're finding challenging. So think about what affirmations you want to start incorporating into your life and how you will do that. Find little ways to bring those into your life. Also, what's important about affirmations, these positive statements, is that we're actually stating them using positive words. So it's not about I'm not ugly. It's about I am beautiful. Notice the difference. It's stating it in the present tense. So it's not about I am going to be beautiful. It's about I am beautiful. Positive language in the present tense, bringing it into the here and now. And if we're looking at the limiting beliefs, what lie in the unconscious mind, if we're using affirmations in a creative way that we're accessing the unconscious mind, it can be so much easier to use them and to gain the benefits from them. Now, there are many other things that can help also, and obviously the more we're connecting to the feeling, that's what really makes a difference. Though I will do more episodes on this and talking about gratitude and really talking about our emotional state and how we can use that to our advantage. For this episode, though, this is simply just talking about the basics of affirmations and a few quick tips and tools of how we can start using them more effectively. And you can get really creative and have fun with this. There are so many different ways. I personally use the alarm clock version. That's the one that I find most powerful because that's when it's catching my unconscious mind at the perfect time to really absorb the information. Though it's also, as I mentioned, it's really important to notice if there are any limiting beliefs first off, because that's where the root is. And if we can get to the root and then reinforce with all these affirmations afterwards, then powerful changes can occur. I'd love to hear all your affirmations. If you have any nice affirmations that you're creating for yourself, then do tag me on social media. Let me know what you're reaffirming about yourself and life. I'd love to hear. And until next time, I wish you a wonderful day and lots of love. Thank you so much for listening to this episode, beautiful. You're amazing. All resources and links can be found on my website, www.emmabradford.net. Link is in the show description. Do come and join my community and share your takeaways from this episode. I'd really love to hear. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. Until next time, I wonder, what magic will you experience in life today?